Ice Mountain, and there's a restaurant called the Observatory that offers spectacular views. There's a large boom of logs that were being floated down the river. It's already made its way down to the right-hand side to the sawmills that are down in the area. But here on the left, you can get an example of the size of the booms. Kind of important for two of the major industries that helped build British Columbia: commercial fishing and logging. It didn't start till 1886. It was one of the first cities to have electricity. The Canadian outlet, as usually where there's an apostrophe in the word Denny's, it's been replaced by a maple leaf. You'll be sailing away from Canada Place, a facility that was built as a Canadian pavilion for the World's Fair. Side, as I mentioned, 55 acres of land right in the center of the city. Both it and Stanley Park are natural parks. Just beside the baseball stadium is where the curling rink was constructed for the Olympics. That facility has now been changed into, at the top of it, sold a few years ago. They sold for $12 million. The one that's just to the left of it, a little further, for many years was the tallest tower until the Shangri-La was built. Those homes that is activated, the light will change to amber and then to red, like the one has just in front of us, to signal that pedestrians will be crossing. Because as we make our way closer to the downtown area, there'll be a number of high-rises that will come into the view over to the left-hand side, town to live in.
That's City Hall, the white building.
There are actually 3 bridges that bring traffic into the downtown core. During the Olympics, most of the condominiums that were the Athletes Village have now been sold off at a cost of somewhere between $400,000 to $600,000. So those buildings just over to the right-hand side. The body of water that will be up above, as I mentioned, is Falls Creek. Geodesic dome that you'll see. The geodesic dome was the first pavilion built for the World's Fair, where you could go and see what Expo was going to be about and which countries were going to participate in the World's Fair. Italy, Brazil, and Vietnam.
Yeah.
If you look underneath it, you'll see a statue of a person in a wheelchair. That's a statue of Rick Hansen. Rick Hansen is known as the man in motion, as money for spinal cord research. She's true. Notice as in this area the street lights are green, but as we get underneath the gates of Chinatown, they'll turn red, and most of them will have golden dragons on them, as the golden dragons signify good luck in the Chinese culture. Over on the left, the male lion, and on the right, the female lion. The writing at the top, I'm not sure what it says, but there are drivers that say it says, if you take care of your driver, you'll have a good cruise. As being the narrowest building in the world, is the city expropriated the majority of property to widen Pender Street, leaving that sliver of land. Someone made a bet with the owner at the time that he wouldn't be able to build on the land that was remaining. He took the bet for $7,000 and built that building. In this block on the right-hand side is a Chinese cultural center, part of which is the Dr. Sun Yat-sen Gardens. At one time, it was the only classical gardens to be built out of Hong Kong. In its construction, no nails or power tools were used, as again it is a balanced and peaceful garden, having to do with the yin and the yang. As you can see, Chinatown continues up in front of us for a few blocks, and there are more streets over to the right-hand side. It still is a vibrant part of the downtown area. Many people come down to shop for Chinese delicacies, barbecued duck and pork. There are Chinese restaurants in the area, but most people come down for the shopping, as you can get Chinese food in restaurants anywhere in the greater Vancouver area. The next part of the city that you'll go through is not one that we're most proud of. It's known as the downtown east side. It has the reputation of having the poorest postal code anywhere in North America. There are many people that live on the streets here. People that have addictions, either drugs or alcohol, some with mental illnesses. as there was a mental hospital that was closed outside of Vancouver, and many of the people made their way down to this area. Many people come down into
restaurant there.
Gastown to see where Vancouver first began, to have lunch or dinner in one of the restaurants, or maybe shop for Vancouver souvenirs. Those whistles whistle the Westminster chimes on the hour, quarter hour, and half hour. So people make their way down to the clock to have their picture taken with it while it's chiming. For those of you who are traveling on the Princess vessel, if you look over to the right, you'll see your cruise ship.
Oh, good grief.
Unfortunately, those that are on the Holland vessel, it's on the west side of Canada Place, so you can't see it from this location.
A lot of ship.
As I turn this corner up here on the other side of the Harbor Center is a popular pub called the Steamworks Pub. It is popular as it has beer from all over the world. And again, there'll be an opening where you'll be able to get a better view of the Princess vessel.
How tight these. There it is. Wow.
Building that's beside us at this point is to raise money for the various charities. Your Trading Convention Center, just over to the left-hand side. Once again, be attracted to it. We're going right inside of Canada Place.
Okay, here we go. We're at 8505. We gotta go to 701.
Then we went around the corner and that one's all right, we're on the low part of that. My foot is in the hurt. I've been in these shoes too long. I have to wear my sandals. Wow, we're at the 600s.
Yeah, let's go. Getting close.
600. Man, I love. Hello there, welcome aboard. Thank you.
you.
I need binoculars to see the end. All right, we're heading that way.
Yeah. Welcome aboard. I think it's the smoke coming over here.
Look, take a look, picture of Vancouver.
Oh, he's
Isn't
coming.
that pretty? Oh my word. Look at, well, you can throw it down there somewhere.
Yeah.
Those are balconies for the rooms that are down there. See, this is what you want. Because on top of that, they've really gotten this thing down. I thought that was the fellow that was going to bring in the
Well, we're leaving, love. Maybe that wasn't our horn. Maybe that was the horn of that boat over there.
You know how Lindsay was once a captain of a ship in New York City before he was called to preach. It's not 106. It's not 102. It's not 100. It's not 96. It's just right. It's 62.
It's wonderful.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
It's wonderful.
Just the way we like it.
I think that's our horn.
Now, what do the people of Vancouver think of this? I mean, he's got to bring his bell like he's a ship. What do you think they appreciate this? Those cruise ships come in here and say it, and then it's unlike on Lincoln Town. Good. You think they'd say that?
I don't think so.
Are we moving?
And we're getting ready to leave Vancouver.
It's a very nice city.
That's pretty.
those mountains are tremendous. If you move it out of,
Starting to move.
what is it, out of Fort, out of Dock.
I'll report. That's coming in.
He's always
Theory.
coming in. I don't know how long he stays out there.
There's two of them that go back and forth.
Oh, there's two of them.
Yeah.
Because it seems like, I didn't know there was two of them. Because it seems like he goes out 10 minutes later and comes back.
Right.
That just looks like a sightseeing boat that you get on. You get in there and you sightsee.
Have
So like a big room.
There goes the electric train. Something like this, go with the trees on top. Try to ride it.
Midtown had some of those. Remember?
Well, I don't know. Maybe these are higher. These are probably higher than Chattanooga. What do you think?
Maybe.
You like the outing? This is patrol. Remember that? All along the floor of the seacoast, you got pelican patrol. Pelicans are, how they skim the water and seem to be. No, only once a week. Cool. And I Don't you love it?
Mm-hmm.
You feel how cool it is?
They all move these mountain tops.
Well, we've got tops.
Those people in the house, can hear that.
Really?
Do you think they like it? There's a buoy right there.
Yeah, take a picture, really. Get ready to go under the bridge.
This looks like a big sail, like this little yellow one.
Dog on that boat on that catamaran.
Is that right?
Look at him, he's on there. I guess he's gonna swear it.
Let's hope so. I hate when the bridge come falling down.
Done it before.
Yeah. Well, we made it.